nothing goes to waste. It's like a really well written movie. Let's get the awkward part out of the way right off the bat. If you like the song at the end of this video, click the link pinned in the comments. Go support us on our Spotify or look us up on any streaming service. Thank you to everyone who has supported my band, City of Sound. And also there will be a link to our band YouTube. We have been putting a lot of money into music videos. Everything is funded by us. We are truly fan dependent. For those who know, we are starting to get into some really intense conversations right now that could make us the breakout artist 2024. So as we work on these new songs and get ready to release, we need everyone behind us and just pushing. We are booking some tours. We are booking dates right now. So if you're actually in a city where you'd like to see us, please comment that below. Yeah, if you like the song at the end of this video and you've never heard us before, please come support City of Sound and support independent artists and help us to keep building. I am working every single day, every single minute, every single second. So I love you all. Thank you for supporting us, supporting my dream, and we are pushing forward. I love you guys. Okay, I had way too many comments telling me I didn't listen to the right song for my first impression of Dimash because I didn't hear his range and everything. I'm gonna get sassy for a minute, all right? Range for me does not prove ability in a vocal. There's a lot of people who can hit really high notes, whistle notes, all kinds of stuff. I can even hit some whistle notes. I can hit some really high notes. I'm just going to say, for me personally, the mark of an incredible singer is the ability to change where the shaping of the air in your mouth is and the style that you're singing and the cadences and the pocket and how you're bouncing back and forth between different versions of your voice. So I'm just going to say that I think I had the perfect impression of his voice. That song showed me so much creativity in what he was capable of doing, which is so incredibly hard to do on one song. So all I'm going to say is range doesn't impress me. I understand the comments. I get it. What impresses me, everything else about his voice. I just wanted to get a little sassy on the video before we started because there was a million comments that I watched the wrong video. All right, let's do this. I'm just kidding. Oh, that's why. My seat was all the way down. We're back. This is SOS. I have never heard this song because, as y'all know, I like to have a raw reaction. Now, are all those comments now going to make me look like an idiot of what I just said? Possibly.
Гран-при международного конкурса исполнителей эстрадной песни «Витебск 2015» Димаш Кудайберген, Казахстан.
Okay, here we go. Oh, he's really young here. I know I paused a million times. I'm already going to say something I already like about him. I'm not going to pause a million times. I swear, even the way that he's like communicating with his eyes and performing the song with the words that he's saying right now, it's not just a vocalist. That's like a performing artist. And I love it. Oh, gee, I stopped it at the worst part. I just heard it. He's very good. I don't want to go like too deep into it because I don't want to sound like overly pretentious and ridiculous. He definitely has incredible operatic training for sure, but he has his own style of it. And I'm just saying the placing of his voice, of where you have to maneuver your voice around your mouth and your throat with your diaphragm all at the same time to hit these different ranges and styles and breaths. It's very difficult. This is great. Ridiculous. See that? Performance. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm pausing a million times. But even right there, when you saw that when he comes off like those falsetto kind of punches, and the way that he opens his mouth and sets the note in the back of his mouth right here, touching just the back of his throat to get that roundness. That's like, dude, just like in terms of like craft, that's craft. That's craft. Oh, sorry, I'm not trying to sound overly ridiculous, but like that's like a master of craft.
Jeu de jour qu'au fond de la vie, avec les ponts dessinés, j'ai comme deux
Oh, I love that. Come on, baby, get it. This is great.
Qui m'attire, qui m'attire, qui m'attire, voler.
Was that his voice on the low? Was that him singing? Like the high notes are great, but like in terms of classic rock and stuff, you hear that a lot. It's these changes. Wait a second. I want to know what his breath exercises are even before he warms up, honestly, because his breath control is freaking ridiculous. Also, can we also shout out the string section in the composition in the song is like really beautiful. It's perfectly placed just behind the movement of his vocal and like moves the song forward. Anyways. The drop for me, the impressiveness isn't even like in his vocal, like how high he can sing. It's actually in his transition of emotion from singing in full, hitting those incredibly high notes, but then coming back, translating the emotion from his words through his voice, but also like with his face and with his eyes. Because to me, like that's like true performance. That's actually more impressive to me. Because there's a lot of people who can belt. There's a lot of people who can hit a lot of high notes, who can like nail moments. There's not a lot of people that can translate the meaning and the emotion and the story through their facial expression, their eyes, and their voice all at the same time immediately after hitting one of those moments. I'm not trying to be a kiss ass. That's something that like I appreciate because that's something that I am passionate about. So bad. Yes. It's fantastic. Genuinely. Like, fantastic. Dude's feeling every word. It's great. Yes. Fantastic. One thing it's very hard to hit a run like that because what he's hitting with the back of his throat. It's like called like the elevator, and he's going up the elevator and hitting that run, but hitting it full voice with like the roundness of and shaping of his mouth and the breath coming through. It's all like diaphragm control and breath control. because he's not over pushing it. He's relaxed and it's allowing him to hit it. It's the same way you actually hit whistle notes. People think that you like push it super hard. You don't. You fully relax right here and you open everything up. I hate it when you guys are right. I don't. I love it but it's a fun part, I think, about the channel of when I doubt what you're saying. But like, you're right. The last song was not a bad song as a first impression, but I get it. Oh. Yeah. I'm just gonna say one of the most impressive things about his voice is how clean it is. And what I mean by that is like, I can hit some really high notes, you know, and at our like shows, I hit some really high notes. I've never been able to escape how my voice turns rock, almost like the grittiness comes in. And no matter how much I practice and do runs, I've never been able to clean that up. And sometimes that's just the kind of voice that you have. And I've always been so jealous of people who have just like such clean voices, even in that range. And man, like he has, like, listen to how clean this is. Like, just listen to how clean this is. A friend of mine, Jamie Miller, has the same thing, and it just makes me so jealous. Like, his voice is just so clean. Just pure. It's pure. It's just so impressive. Like, all right, real quick. This run right here, though, I don't know if people talk a lot about his kind of baritone to bass range, but also his transition down on like tenor runs down into like a verse. This run right here actually is so impressive because he uses the run to reset the emotion and to reset not character, but his performance. This is what's more impressive to me because it's more about like the craft of performing. Not this part. Right here. That's craft. Like, dude's a master of his craft. I appreciate it very much.
Dimash Kudaibergen.
Anyone who is a like performer, who's not just like a singer, but like genuinely like performs and has to like put on a show and a concert and like bring the crowd into it and engage with the crowd and make them like feel an emotion with how they perform. Anyone who does that would 100% appreciate this. The thing that impresses me the most is, again, how he resets the story and like the emotion to communicate it to the viewer and to the person there. That's the most impressive part to me. Like, his voice is incredible. His voice is incredible. And I would never, ever say that it's not. His voice is incredible. But I'm telling you, like, what I see that sets him apart, his actual performance. Everything's intentional. Everything's purposed. Nothing goes to waste. It's like a really well written movie. It reminds me of like a really well written script. All right, yeah, it was great. I really like this guy, but like, of course I do. Dude's got like billions of streams and listens, and so it totally makes sense. But I appreciate the discipline and the practice that goes into it. A lot of you who have watched my videos before, you know how much I appreciate like discipline, practice, kind of obsession with like the craft of performing and like caring about your audience and like having like a selfless performance that's not all eyes are on you, but it's not about you. And that's something that I like really appreciate about him. So I appreciate this performance a lot.
True.
choose to heal, you may find the path beyond the pain. Your shattered shields are here, the land of trampled fields, but the flower will guide our way. Could take these skies together, could make a great escape. Why trade petals for shelter? We can hold on to each other and watch the world away. Those who remain and can face the night, who have entered the fray and lost every time. To you who sees a grave as an equal alive, these stains you no longer need. You bled your wrist for the last time. For the last time. Choose to heal, you may find the path beyond the pain.
Here's to those that make us witnesses.